Near the square, an old woman sat in silent dignity, a picture of forgotten need. Ella approached and knelt. Night, the embers glowed like weary stars. She remembered, faith is a light you can only see in the dark. This thought was her anchor. It did not promise to end hardship. It promised her hardship had a purpose, a test that polished the soul. Winter arrived with a cold and biting wind. The nights grew long and the days were gray. Food was plentiful in the house. Ella lived in the shadow of a large house. Her life was small and quiet. Each day she rose before the sun. She swept the hearth. She cleaned the floors. The gray ash from the fire clung to her hands and settled on her clothes. It settled in her hair. Her stepsisters,
Cinderella! Cinderella!
Please, take this.
Bless you, child. Those who give in secret are seen by the heavens.
Maybe one day, kindness will open doors no key can.
Breathe in pain. Tonight, the pain that your heart will breathe in pain. Tonight, the pain that your heart will breathe in.
Much clarity.
Ella lived in the shadow of a large house. Her life was small and quiet. Each day she rose before the sun. She swept the hearth. She cleaned the floors. The gray ash from the fire clung to her hands and settled on her clothes. It settled in her hair. Her stepsisters saw the ash and gave her a new name. Their words were sharp and cold. Ella did not fight back. She lowered her head and continued her work. Her silence was not weakness. It was a space where she could pray. In the deepest night, the embers glowed like weary stars. She remembered, faith is a light you can only see in the dark. This thought was her anchor. It did not promise to end hardship. It promised her hardship had a purpose, a test that polished the soul. Winter arrived with a cold and biting wind. The nights grew long and the days were gray. Food was plentiful in the house, but not for Ella. She was given the scraps, the leftovers. One evening, her portion was a single dry piece of bread. Her stomach ached with hunger. It would have been so easy to eat it quickly. She remembered the old teachings about charity. True giving is when you give from what you love, when no one is watching. Ella wrapped the small piece of bread in a clean rag. She slipped through the back gate into the quiet and cold. The moon was a pale sliver. Near the square, an old woman sat in silent dignity, a picture of forgotten need. Ella approached and knelt so their eyes could meet. She opened the cloth and offered the bread.
Heaven sees the secret gift. Kindness given in the dark returns as light in your own life.
As their fingers brushed, a gentle warmth spread through her. Ella walked back beneath the silent stars. Her stomach was still empty, but her heart felt full. She had not done it for praise or reward, only because every soul has a right to dignity. She felt seen from a place far beyond her family's judgment. A few days later, a royal messenger arrived. An invitation to a grand ball at the palace. The news sent the household into a frenzy. They talked endlessly of silk and sparkling jewels. They dreamed of dancing with the prince. Ella's heart held a quiet, hopeful flicker. A single night of beauty and light.
May I go as well? You, in your rags and ashes?
With a flick of her wrist, the stepmother tore Ella's portion of the invitation.
Your place is by the fire.
God, you open doors no person can shut. My hope is not in this paper. My hope is in you.
A reminder, her path was in higher hands. Her faith was seen. Her heart a little heavier, her spirit unbroken. The night of the ball arrived. The house fell into profound silence. She did not pray for a gown or a carriage. She prayed for peace. A gentle glow seemed to come from nowhere. Standing in the doorway was the old woman Ella had helped. Moonlight touched her, and a slow transformation began. Rags became a robe of pure, soft light.
You gave when you had little. You showed mercy in secret. Heaven does not forget such acts. Tonight, the kindness in your heart will be made visible for all to see.
A pumpkin began to glow from within. It became a carriage of pearl and silver. 2 small mice grew into magnificent white horses. Her ash-stained dress became the night sky, dotted with stars. On her feet, delicate glass slippers.
Go. But remember, this form is temporary. Return before the 12th bell tolls. True beauty is of the heart, not the gown.
It was gentle and quiet, a miracle meant only for Ella's eyes. Ella arrived at the palace in the silent, glowing carriage. They saw a princess in a gown that seemed to hold the night sky. But it was the light within her, peace and humility, that captured them. He had seen wealth and power, but with Ella, he saw a different spirit. They moved as the room faded away. He spoke of hopes for his people, to rule with justice and mercy. She spoke of kindness to the forgotten and how small acts can change a world. He felt a kinship that went far beyond the ball. The great clock began to chime. She remembered the warning. This worldly form was a test, not a reward. She had to show detachment and obedience.
I must go.
In her haste, a slipper was left behind, a fragile, sparkling clue. She was gone before the final toll. The prince was left with a memory and a single glass slipper. He sent the slipper to every house in the kingdom. It refused to fit anyone, as if it sought a certain spirit, not a size. They squeezed and pushed, but it was no use. A gentle tune drifted from the attic. No jewels, no midnight gown, only quiet grace. It fit perfectly.
Tell me, have you ever given your last piece of bread to a beggar at the city gate?
He had found not just a princess, but a partner. He asked her to be his wife, not to rule in power, but to serve in mercy. She opened the kitchens for the hungry and stood at the gates each evening with warm food and a kind word. Her mercy became contagious. A quiet light spread through the land. The true miracle was long before, a secret gift of bread in the dark. Even in ashes, faith can bloom. Be kind when no one sees you, and one day, heaven will